Hey, my name is Shadowsense, and you're watching Arcade Spirits. You may notice it's a little dark and mysterious, but it got really hot in my room. So I turned off my main light, turned on my light back there, or over here, whichever way you see it. It's there to cool my room down a little bit. Anyway, previously we got a job interview and we managed to land a job at an arcade. I forget the lady's name already. It's been like a week, 2 weeks since I recorded this, so anyway, we just started our shift and apparently it's getting a little boring. Any minute now. Ooh, a fade transition, my favorite. I'm getting increasingly bored. What is that? He's like I crave the sweet embrace of death. Dude, me too. I feel you on that. I've been sitting here for 2 hours now and nobody's walked up to obtain a novelty Funplex shot glass or a colored pencil set or a light up yo-yo. Lunchtime's approaching and so far the only people walking in and out of the arcade are a few stray adults who have no interest in cheap friendship bracelets. Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I start wandering in one of those 500 ticket... Start wondering if one of those 500 ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Or maybe not. Nope, just walking right by me, his head buried in reading some sort of spreadsheet off his tablet. What? That's a weirdly structured sentence. Was he here to play? Doesn't seem like the typical businessman on a break or unwashed and unemployed game aficionado. In fact, he's a snappy dresser. Seems a cool dude. Wow, he seems pretty stuck up. I'm gonna go with this one. Most guys I know learn speaking. That's what I need to do. Most games wow. Alright, this is off to a bad start. I apologize. Most guys I know are content to toss on a t-shirt and jeans. Not this guy. Even in an arcade, he's sharp like a linoleum knife. In fact, that rather pointed look he's offering me after doubling back is rather linoleum knifey too. Hold on a minute. Who are you exactly? What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? Oh yeah, it was Francine's Funplex. That's the name of the arcade. Pleased to meet you, I'm Matt. I am Francine, I had some work done. I'm the new hire, not that anybody wants prizes. I'm gonna do this one. Hello, I'm Matt Bird, your new hire. I'm looking forward to working with you. He relaxes somewhat on hearing that. Somewhat.
Good to hear.
Oh yeah, I turned the voices back on and I upped the music a little bit. Because when editing the last episode, when I had everything turned down, it was really hard to hear. And also, I need to give my voice a break. It's about time. I was wondering how long she'd have to work the desk. She's got gusto for an octogenarian and loves working the floor, but sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems wears her down. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I actually was recording the game. So she explained the job to you, gave you the papers to sign. She said Gavin would handle that stuff. With a sigh, he rubs his forehead, feeling a headache coming on.
That would be me. I'm Gavin Cooper. I'm the business manager here at the Funplex. I make sure we manage to keep having a business, rather than a pile of rapidly collapsing fiscal mistakes.
Fair. Right. So, as you've no doubt guessed, you'll be exchanging tickets for prizes, but that's the least part of your job. There's more to it than that? You're the floor attendant. You attend to the floor. What, the carpets?
Seriously?
The floor, the arcade, the games, the patrons. You're the one running around putting out fires and sorting out problems. Technically, you're our second floor attendant. Ashley will be in later, but we need two. One to roam, one to operate the desk. I do it myself, but I'm typically busy in the back office making sure the whole thing doesn't fall to bankruptcy. That's why Francine loved filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I am not a people person, as you've likely gathered. That's not to say you're alone out here. I'm in your corner at least. If things go south, you tap me for advice on what to do. You got a phone? Of course. Gavin quickly passes me his business card. He apparently had a stack of them at the ready in his pocket. Go figure. His phone number is listed at the bottom. You ever worked a high-pressure customer service job before? Shoe sales. Smelly socks. You have no idea. Right. Well, you know how to keep your head when a customer doesn't, I hope. But anything goes sideways, you text me. I'm not around, you text Ashley or Naomi, in that order. Who and who? You'll meet them soon enough.
I think not.
Above all, do not bug Francine. She's practically retired. Let her enjoy that retirement in peace. Comprendo? Relax, I got this. Stress feeds me, makes me strong. This is my first pony ride. But 911 for huge emergencies, right? Let's do the middle of the road one. Yeah. It's not my first explosive ordnance test. I've worked retail and food service, and I've worked as a lifeguard at a pool. Managing stress in difficult situations, even life or death ones, is something I've got experience in. You can rely on me. Gavin nods approvingly.
Indeed.
I got a friendship point with Gavin. Yes, my favorite. I love friendship points. Good, I like to hear that. If you can handle yourself and exercise good judgments, you'll last a hell of a lot longer than the last guy who sat there.
If you stay clear and honest with me, do your work, do it well, we'll get along swimmingly.
Alright, sounds good. There's one problem, and it's not really a problem. I think this game is early access, or at least it's still being developed. It's not like completely finished or something. I could be wrong. But this guy sounds like he recorded his lines through a Razer headset, and the quality is just bothering me. You probably won't hear it because of YouTube compression and the way I edit this, or the way I record these videos. But as someone who's kind of an audio nerd, bugs me a little bit, but that's neither here nor there.
I have enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
I won't! Magical arc of what now? Gavin sighs again, a stress release gesture, but his expression softens somewhat afterwards.
I take it Francine told you her theory, that this is more than just a job, more than just an arcade?
Aye, she did. That's my understanding.
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm curt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job.
Fair.
Everybody working here wants to work here. This is where they belong, for one reason or another. Me, I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically.
We live in a society. I'm pulling up my recording software. Okay. Just gotta be sure. Oh, it's dark now. Whee! Light.
The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives.
Right.
Everybody in this business has a dream they're chasing. It's a fragile thing, prone to getting crushed by hard reality.
Yeah, I know that.
My job is to see to it that never happens.
That's a shit feeling, honestly.
That
I
includes
hate feeling
Francine,
like that.
who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business. So, you find some value in this place beyond your salary, and you'll burn out. Trust me. Last guy to sit there burned out hard.
Wasn't the last guy before me like her nephew?
Now,
I can't remember.
I trust you to mesh with our merry misfits?
I'm still trying to figure out my why. Why so aggressive? It just got started. No problem at all. I'm a model employee. Let's do this one? To be honest, I'm still sorting out why I'm here, what my dream is. But I'm not here to step on anyone else's dreams in the process. I'm here to do my best at supporting everyone. Good to hear. Yes, more friendship points. I'd say we share similar views then. It'll be a pleasure to work with someone who's actually enthusiastic and competent. And hopefully this hive of weirdness will help you find your dreams along the way. Anyway, I need to go prepare your paperwork. Technically, you shouldn't be working until we've crossed the I's and dotted the T's, but since I'm already sitting here, you'd rather I stick around? That would be accurate. If you're willing to fudge things a bit and work today anyway, it'd help us a lot. Now, if you don't mind, Naomi likely could use a hand in the workshop. A good opportunity to introduce yourself as well. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? I haven't seen anyone else. Yep, that sounds like Naomi. Her workshop's through that door, the one next to the UFO catcher, the crane game, to use layman's terms. Satisfied for now, Gavin heads to the back, presumably to the office to go crunch some numbers. If Francine's really taking a nap back there, hopefully he's going to crunch quietly. My first coworker ended up slightly less cool of a guy than I thought he'd be, but he's not a jerk, definitely. I get where he's coming from. Plus, I've known really blunt people before. It's easy to mistake them for jerks, especially at first glance. I figure I can give this guy an honest chance. Anyway, I should go meet my next coworker, this Naomi that he mentioned. Although I could swear Francine and I were the only ones here until now. A double door, also marked employees only. Apostrophe! Leads from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area of some sort. I turn the handle and step inside. It's Sayori hanging from her bedroom ceiling! Bad joke, I'm sorry. That was a terrible joke. I could see someone making an edit like that though. In a little room tucked away between the back offices and the Funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi, spoken only of in myth and legend. Oh, she already has a nice butt. The girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-style monitor. Huh, I didn't realize I had so many circuits. She doesn't notice me when I come in, too busy soldering a capacitor into place. The lingering smell of melting metals fills the air of the poorly ventilated workshop. Excuse me. For lack of a better way to interrupt her. I was worried no matter what I did she might, I don't know, burn her fingers or jump so high she'd hit the ceiling or something. Fortunately, the shock's not quite that intense. Oh no, she's cute. Oh, hello?
Hey, you know this room is for employees only.
Oh, and she has a cute voice actress. Damn it! Quit doing this to me, she said with no apostrophe.
Are you lost? Do you need something?
I'm Matt. I'm the new floor attendant starting today.
Oh, hi. I didn't realize Francine already found someone. I guess I forgot to check my text. Whoops.
She spares a glance at her phone at the nearby workbench where a huge stack of green notification messages lie in wait. No, it's totally fair. You're working, you don't check your phone. No problem. One thought comes to mind on actually seeing her. She was totally focused on the task at hand. I always assumed retro arcade nerds were fat middle-aged. I'm gonna go with this first one. This room's right at the heart of the building, but totally isolated. With the heavy doors closed behind me, I can barely hear the arcade. Considering how completely and utterly dedicated she was to that monitor, not even noticing me, I guess that's also why. But what I first notice is her smile, even when squinting to see the tiny components on that circuit board. Even when laser focused, she was smiling happily.
Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex's techie. Hi! Pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
He's busy doing strange things with numbers.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
What happened last time? Really? What happened last time?
Oh, well, I dropped it.
Fair. Oh, right. She helps me lift the large cathode ray tube, slotting the heavy metal framework into place within the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinet. Once done, she starts hooking wires back up to the other wires. There's a surprising number of green circuit boards in that largely hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen the inside of one of these things. It's weird. Lots of empty space with a couple of large slabs of circuits and that beefy monitor. Why is this so empty? Maybe we can fill it with a nacho dip. Do that one. Why is this so empty in there? Seems inefficient. Couldn't you pack more games into the arcade if it was more compact? Not really, it's more about the footprint on the floor than the vertical height. Naomi keeps working, using a pocket multimeter to check various connections as she speaks.
Let me explain.
I mean, compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, so they have to be upright, even if that means an empty base. Japanese candy crabs are shorter, so you play sitting down. But I prefer American style. Ours have more room for art. She closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on the keyring at her side, then steps back to admire her handiwork. There's genuine joy in this smile, not just a job well done, but at looking at the whole thing like it's a fine sculpture.
So beautiful.
Ooh, I love the classic Midway style. Look at that little trademark symbol. Look at those sharp angles and side art decals, the bold font on the marquee, the bezel artwork. The what on the what and the what artwork? With a sigh, Naomi points out key features to me. The stripe across the top of the game's title, that's the marquee. The artwork that wraps around the monitor, that's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is, working in harmony to give this game its own unique feel, its own experience. As for me, well, I agree, it's beautiful in its own way. Yeah. That's what I would answer. A bunch of weird looking boxes in a row looks ugly. Let's do that one. The way she stares lovingly at this, well, honestly, this box of wooden circuits and vacuum tubes and stuff, I think I understand. It was made to be one whole thing, the art, the style, and of course the game itself. All of it a part of the same experience. Everything about this game is the game. If you run it in an emulator or on a game console instead, it's made lesser. Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful in its own way. Oh, good. Naomi lights up with joy like a pinball machine, all twinkly and shiny. There it is. Finally! So few people really understand the beauty of a classic arcade game. Having someone I can talk to about this stuff is going to be great. Especially with that jerk Gavin running the numbers. Gavin? What's wrong with Gavin?
I don't know.
Okay, well, don't get me wrong, I can get along with him, generally. But his whole attitude is just... ooh!
Ugh.
All he really cares about is money. He keeps the arcade running, yeah, but... I just know if he had his way, he'd gut the whole place. If anybody's gonna ruin the Funplex, it's him. Mark my words, it's inevitable. That doesn't sound right. He seemed easy enough to get along with, and what's more, Gavin gave me the whole speech about protecting their dreams. This looks like a pretty sore point here, a long-standing argument that the new guy really shouldn't get involved with. And yet, I'm involved, aren't I? I have to work with both Naomi and Gavin. So, I'm not sure I should prod at it, but I kind of want to know, too. Don't rock the boat, clear the air, let her keep talking. I'll let her keep talking. Ugh, I just get so mad thinking about what evil money-minded schemes he's probably cooking up.
No.
No, not gonna get worked up. Besides, it's not right of me to dump all this workplace gossip right on the head of the newbie. You seem like a good person, and you love arcade games like I do. Right, let's get back to work, shall we? Now for the less fun part. You seem strong, strapping kind of guy. Well, a strong guy at least. Well, you're a guy. That's enough. I'm semi-insulted then? Okay, let's get to it. Right, a little to the left now. No, my left, you're right, careful. Now forward, right, correct, I mean, not the turn right, keep it coming, and... There, carefully tip it into place. Victory! I gently ease the rolling dolly forward, the giant wooden box slotting into place alongside its neighbors. The two-wheel dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy, especially with Naomi fretting over her baby getting scratched or worse, falling over. But with the work done, she's all smiles again.
Yeah.
Okay, glad to be done with that one. I swear I've been working on that monitor for ages. Those tubes are finicky as heck, and I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback, but... Thanks for helping me out, Matt. I think you're gonna do just great here. Happy to... Oh, right. Stomach growling. Food required. Except... I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Now I'm just talking here, but if you had pizza on a bagel... Shh. Hey, so any good restaurants in walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but... Oh, no, not really, unfortunately. I mean, there's a cheapo wub sub sandwich place, but even if that stuff is super tasty, you don't want to go there. You need to eat healthy. Hey, I know, wait right here. And she's off, scurrying back to her hidey hole. And she's back, scurrying from her hidey hole. Lunchtime! Here you go. She presses a boxed lunch into my hands. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom, who learned it from her mom back when they lived in Japan. Rice and pickles and all sorts of good healthy things. Wait, you're giving me your lunch? Sure, why not? And yet, when I first walked in as a stranger, she looked super uncomfortable with me. That escalated quickly. What'll you have for lunch then? Oh, I could just get some nachos from the vending machine or go hit the whole story next door. I've got a book delivery to pick up anyway. But you said eating healthy was important?
See ya.
See you after lunch. I can't help but think she was just looking for an excuse to go get some junk food instead. I'd say Naomi definitely fits in with Francine's ideals for this arcade. She's got a love for these games and it shows. And giving me her lunch? Me? A total stranger? That's a kindness I don't know if I deserve, but I appreciate it all the same. So, a bento box. I've only seen these in anime. It's cute, it has plenty of calories too. Armed with a box of health food, I retired to the employee lounge to get my munch on. And that seems like a good place to end the episode. So thank you guys so very much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.